We're live. It's happening. It's a live broadcast of Paint by Monster. Tuesday, June 24th. It's 11 o'clock a.m. Charlotte Marion D'Souza is watching. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, my dear. Now that you're here, we can do whatever. We can get started. 2 people are here. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Carrie Wright, my dear. We got about 1 more minute to wait, and then we'll get into it. Here's some of yesterday. That was really fun. That was really fun. Yesterday, that was really fun. Pretty nice. Yeah. Hey, it's 11 o'clock. Matter of fact, you know what that means. You do know what that means. Run it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paint by Monster with me, your host, Evil Monster. Boy, he loves the music loud. I understand. Well, welcome to Paint by Monster with me, your host, Evil Monster. It's great to see, I think, Carrie Wright and Charlotte Marion D'Souza here. Good morning, ladies. It's nice to have you with me. Matter of fact, run the music back for a second. Thank you. This morning, I thought we'd spend a little bit of time discussing what comics are, the theory of comics, and I want to draw you a comic today. And it's different from a cartoon because comics manipulate time in a way that a single panel cartoon don't really. So when you do a comic, you're doing multiple drawings of the same sort of subject matter. You are the camera, you are the actors, all of that stuff. But you are manipulating time. And that's the most important thing that I really think I have to talk to you about today. So, MacVac, if you don't mind, let's have the boys and girls, now that they're here, 3 of them are here, let's go up into orbit and let's make some art, shall we? Get ready, boys and girls, here we go. Let's go through our pre-launch checklist, boys and girls. Mr. Penny, please take your station. Thank you. MacVac, nice and slow, please. Release the docking things and fire the thrusters. All right, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Paint by Monster with me, your host, Evil Monster. Boys and girls, this morning, I want to talk to you. Good morning. Scotty Schreier is in the house. I'm so glad. Let the arting begin. Yes, brother, the art is silent F on art. Yes, that's right. We have gotten out of Dodge, boys and girls. We have reached altitude. This morning, I want to talk to you a little bit about comics. John D. Johnson was here yesterday. One of the things that's really helpful, I think, in the whole process of comics is a sketchbook. This is where I search out most of my ideas. I'm doodling stuff in here, and I know, Gary, these are some of my own doodles here. These are people. People range from amusing to unbearable. You know, I think, you could put that meter on most people, and most of us, we live in that range sometimes. Anyway, so I thought, here's a bear standing next to a microphone with obviously a skull. He says, I know a lot of you saw me do this bit on Gary Larson's The Far Side, but bears puppeting skulls is really funny, so I'd like you all to meet my friend Bro Dude Man Bun Feeler Healer Squealer Peeler Head here. Which is just me doodling around. I don't think that's really funny necessarily. The idea, however, of the bear puppeting the skull, to me, that's a fun idea. But I gave to the Bear Fund, wait, no, Carl. Looking at yourself through someone else's eyes is a dead thing to do. But I love bears, he says. Hey, dude, I love bears. No, dude, wait. No, dude, I just wanted to show you that I eat fish too. See, we're alike. Hey, wait, dude, I love bears. Wait, dude. Oh, God. What would that, I don't know what that would sound like, boys and girls. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is, you can do all of these things in a single panel cartoon, but what happens if you want to manipulate time and space, boys and girls? Time and space. Comics. Overhead camera, you need to focus. For the cartoons like Once Upon a Time, boys and girls, single panel gag cartoons are not the same really as comics. Things like The Far Side or Family Circle or Non Sequitur or New Yorker cartoons, they're not the same as comics which have panels that capture time. I would like to highly recommend here, MacVac, kill the music for a second. I don't want the boys and girls to miss this. Thank you. I would highly recommend, if you are going to study comics, boys and girls, and pursue knowing anything about the fun read, even if you don't want to make comics, is Understanding Comics by Scott Mccloud. I highly recommend this book if you don't have this book. Anyway, let's turn the music back on, MacVac, would you? Thanks. All right. When you're doing comics, I don't need this. You're manipulating time. That's what a panel border does. I'll keep this here in the frame. Now, I've taped down this whole sheet of paper. This is an 11 by 14 sheet of paper. And I'm not going to be able to show it all to you at once. So, that's just how that's going to roll and go. I'm going to put this away for a second so that. Now, I'm just going to eyeball this. If you were actually doing comics, I would highly recommend you measure this. I'm not going to measure this. I'm just going to do sort of a standard 3-panel sort of a layout here, really quick. Okay? So, right here in this space, there's 5 of you watching, and that's good. So, wait a minute. What happened to my really pointy? I want that really pointy Sharpie. Come to me, pointy Sharpie. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want a nice pointy Sharpie. A new one, a fresh one. Get a good one. That's right. Oh. They're sticky, be careful. All right, here goes. A 3-panel cartoon, something like this. That feels about right. Something like this. That feels about right. Like this. Bum, 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 bum. Talk about getting out of Dodge, says Carrie Wright. Yeah, that's right. So, you could put these things in with a ruling pin if you like. MacVac, this Gypsy York stuff is fine, but give me somebody else, would you? Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good morning. That Gypsy stuff is fun, but, you know, after a while. All right, boys and girls, this, Carrie Wright says, looks like you've done this a few times. I have done this a few times, boys and girls. I'm laying out a simple 3-panel joke. Now, I think it's going to have that bear and the skull in there. By the way, boys and girls, one of the things that you're going to want to have hanging around when you do comics, you're going to want some white gouache. Because, focus camera, because this stuff is how you correct things that you make mistakes with your inking. So it's not a big deal. If you go too far, you need to take something out. You can do it in Photoshop once you get it in there. But if you want to do it on the actual piece, you do it with white gouache, boys and girls. All right. So you know, because there's going to be some letters up here, he's going to say something. I generally like to leave, let's say 3/16 of an inch worth of space. But since I'm drawing this for you, I'm going to make them a little bit bigger so that you can see the letters. And they don't have to have as much space in between the lines as they do the lines of letters. Usually you'll find for cartoon lettering, it's all capital letters. I'm not sure why that is. Probably because that's what most of us learn how to do in a drafting class or a lettering class. But it wouldn't have to be. I've seen lowercase letters. You can do that. Why not? It's your comic. You can do whatever you want. So there's some... Hi, Christy D'Souza is watching. So, good morning, Christy. It's nice to have you with me. This morning I'm making a comic. And I think probably it's going to be a comic of this bear puppeting this dude's skull that he ate. That seems like it's an easy place. Christy, you just woke up. You couldn't sleep. Well, I'm sorry that you're being woken out of sleep is one of the bad things in life. Sorry. But, you know, it worked out. Here you are. Glad to have you with me. And you will get another shot at it later on. I got to draw this bear holding up this, I think the first, all right. Let's talk about comics theory for a moment. Leaving this panel border open. What's this panel border doing? MacVac, give me the close shot. Can I have the close shot, please? What is a panel border? This thing captures a moment in time. That's what that boundary around this. That's you'll encounter this in Scott Mccloud's book, Understanding Comics. That is what a panel border does. Good morning, Jeremy Trammell. We're talking about comics this morning, brother. Charlotte says, at least my mom knows how to properly save her New Horizons game. Yeah, I bet she does. Your mom's a sharp cookie. That's what they call your people. Women like your mom, they call them sharp cookies. Men like your mom, they call them sharp cookies. David Jordan, good morning. Anyway, these are panel borders, like I said. Here, the whole idea... MacVac, a little less. Thank you. I felt like I was having to yell at the boys and girls. Buffering, says Jeremy Trammell. So, I've given some places where he can say some things. I'm going to draw this. I'm going to do this first bear here, puppeting the skull. I want that close-up of this bear. So I want his nose around here. He's got to have this big bear, sort of a head. Right? Some of this. Now the skull has to fit in here, and the skull can actually break that line right there. This can break this. That would actually be nice to do. So the bear's got to use his thumb as the lower jaw of the puppet. And it doesn't have to be a realistic skull. This is a cartoon we're talking about here. So it can be that. Just this much will give you an idea of that's a skull, a human skull. He's got to stick one finger out of here and one finger out of here. So we'll leave those like this. Now he's going to have a really hairy berry arm, like this. So Matt Howell is watching. Matt Howell, good morning. It's nice to have you with me. This is a bear holding up a dude's skull that he's puppeting. So that's what's going on here. And a couple of eyes. And I want sort of a black bear, sort of not a grizzly. I want a black bear. So, that sort of camel-colored snout that sort of wraps around here like this. This kind of a bear. He's got to have a couple of ears like this. Black bears could eat a dude. So, that's the other thing I want to talk to you about. For me, the process of what's the dialogue? Well, you've got limited space. One of the things they never tell you, boys and girls, MacVac, it's 15 minutes in. Why don't we leave that on the screen and turn this up and visit with the boys and girls for a second? Why don't we do that? Welcome, 6 of you who are here with me. Commander Penny, nice to see you this morning. Good to see you. Just hang out here for a second while I talk to the boys and girls, okay? Just hang out. Boys and girls, so in comics, if you're doing funny comics especially, for me, you can write funny jokes. It can start anywhere. It could start with funny words. It could start with funny pictures. It could start with whatever is going on inside of you that you think is funny that you are responding to. For me, however, I usually am looking for a funny picture, okay? A funny picture. I want loads of those because funny words, yeah, they're okay, but a funny picture, what's a funny picture? Charles Schultz used to say that, the guy who did Peanuts. He said, remember, we are here to draw funny pictures. So, drawing funny pictures. I'm going to start with a bear puppeting a human skull because that seems funny to me. Gary Larson did this on The Far Side. It's a good joke. It's a good joke. So, here's a bear holding up a human skull, and he's got to say something. I don't know what he's going to say yet. However, in the middle panel, because there's no panel border around the middle panel, and here's one of the things that's magic about comics, boys and girls. When you don't put a panel border around the area, the time span has not been captured. Mikkel Jans is here in the house. So nice to have you with me, Mikkel Jans. We're talking about comics this morning, brother. And right now I'm talking about how when there's no panel border on an area, you will stay there longer and it's timeless because it's not been bound. It has a feeling of timelessness in the communication subtly to the audience because there's no capture line around this time. So here, I'm going to draw this bear from the back like I drew him over there in the sketchbook. He's just got to be standing here next to a microphone with his hand up in the air like this, holding up this human skull. It's the same picture though. I have not changed the joke. This is really important. It's the same joke. Okay? So I'm just giving you a different scene. He's going to be here. And if I do this here and this, and then I give this, if I do this, you'll get exactly that he's standing in front of a microphone. Now, I could put a sort of an indication of stage there, and I could blacken this here. And you get exactly what's going on. Let me see. Zoom in there, MacVac, would you? Bum bum ba-na, za-da-da-da-da. Bum ba-na. All right. So see, here's a bear from the back holding up this human skull, and I'm not, as you know, if you've been with me any sort of time, I typically don't pencil all this stuff out. Like I let the brush find a lot of this stuff. Okay, but this has to read. The microphone here, I think, is important. Scotty Schreier says, behind every good man is a bear with a paw through his skull. Yeah. All right, so I was thinking about what is funny for the last thing. Jeremy Tremble says, I'm a nervous tucker. That's right. So what's funny? Susan West is watching. Good morning, Susan, my dear. Like, what's funny for the end? Now, part of what I think the answer to this is, I typically look for something that Dr. Seuss said. Dr. Seuss said, if I am not surprised by my own work, then no one will be surprised at my own work. So, I did not know before we came on well, I had an idea. So I'm looking for something else. I don't know what he's going to say yet. Maybe we'll solve that. So the last thing I thought, are you wish to remove? No, I don't want to do that. Macvac, what are you doing? No. Right. Thanks. Hey, are you having a meltdown? Is that what's going on? Don't lose me, buddy. All right. No, okay. Well, listen. Oh. No, listen. I'll go out and do that later on, okay? Just be cool right now. So the last thing I think, give me the close shot, please. I think it's funny if in the last scene he holds over here. Now he's got it. There's his nose. He's got to be here like this, and his big bare head like this. And I want it like this. He's got to be holding up like this. Yeah, that's nice. And I want him to be This is to me. This is nice. He's holding up. Here's a radius and an ulna, and down here is some bones. And so maybe I can try to get that wave to go back and back like that, flapping back and back like that, so he can. So, and just the last panel, he'll say, "Good night, everybody," as he's waving this. He's waving this arm bone back and forth here. It's got to read as a hand, or the joke won't work. You know. Maybe it could still have skin on the hand, and that way you know it'll work. If I leave skin on the hand and just leave the parts the bear ate off, let me get rid of all this. In fact, I think I can do that a little bit better. Like this. This is great. Just like this. Yes, that's perfect. That's nice. That's nice. Good night, everybody. That's good. That's really nice. And so probably up here is where, also, you can butt your word balloons. You can butt your word balloons right up next to the panel border, or, if you have to figure out where they're going to talk somewhere, I think maybe let's put the letters in. And maybe let's make it good night. Not good night, but good night. Good night. And I'll misspell it. Good night, everybody. Yeah. Good night, everybody. That's good. Ha. And maybe because of this one, give me the big shot, MacVac. We'll keep all of his dialogue really, really simple. That sounds really nice. So first panel, he can't say a lot. He's got to communicate. All right, boys and girls, hang on. Now I think it's. You sort of have to make up your own mind. Are you going to pay homage to Gary Larson, or are you not? I don't think I'm going to mention Gary Larson in the strip at all. I think there's a lot of possibility here for some really beautiful black lines, which is nice. I'm going to skinny this bear up because that's a skinny pear-shaped bear seems funnier to me. Comedy shapes, boys and girls, big shapes before little ideas. So first thing, he's talking with this skull. I think maybe, wait, dude, I love bears. But no, okay, but wait, dude. That's it. But wait, dude. I love bears. But, oh, give me the close shot. How can the boys and girls see? There it is. All right. But wait, dude, I love bears. Hey. Hey. And then maybe here in this timeless moment, maybe here is the place where the bear just jiggles this skull like he's going out of nut. He's just wiggling this skull all over. We'll have to figure out how to do that. And maybe he's like this. Maybe he's like this, leaned backward like this. So his mouth is open, and maybe he's going, gargle. Gargle. I don't know. Maybe garl, ag. It should end with an ag noise. Garlag, if I can get to that. It has to be screaming. Shaking it so the mandible moves, says Jeremy Trammell. Well, I think the bear's thumb is the mandible on what's going on here. I think. But just, if the bear is just going nuts for the audience, like he's imitating this guy dying as the bear eats him, that's the idea. And then, good night, everybody. The unexpected hand on the bone. That's nice. That's pretty good. So, Jeremy Trammell says, skeleton walks into a bar, orders a beer and a mop. That is a good joke. That's a good joke, bro. That's a good joke. Skeleton walks into a bar, orders a beer and a mop. The dead skeleton ought to start his show with that line every single time, and he ought to say, I got that from Jeremy Trammell. That's what he ought to do. We'll see if he does it. I don't know what that guy's going to... I don't know. The only one really that is allowed to touch the art supplies is me. And I can't seem to keep track of them, boys and girls. I'm looking for an 08. This is a Pigma Micron. I don't think it's actually made out of pigs. I'm pretty sure this is a pig-free device. However, as you can see, it is a Pigma Micron. Archival ink, quality de-archivage. It's AP sealed too, and that's the thing that listen, if you're buying art supplies, that seal on it says that it conforms to the international standard of art supplies, right there. Right there. All this stuff means things, boys and girls. All of it means things. Anyway, this dude has to say, but wait, dude, I love bears. Hey! I think I wish this were a little thicker pen. Because it has to be... Oh, here's a thing that... Matter of fact, cut the music back a little bit. Thank you. Boys and girls, one of the things that you do when you letter is... typography is the study of... Funny enough, this joke bombed on the Dead Skeleton Show. Well, was it the delivery? I'm just asking. Anyway, one of the things that typography can do is... Christy D'Souza says there's an international standard for art supplies. Indeed, there is. I have a book around here somewhere. And the paints have to conform. Everything has to conform. If it doesn't conform, they don't get to put the seal on it. But typography, the study of type... You can influence the way somebody reads how something sounds by how the type is shaped. That is an interesting idea. But some people make their entire graphic design careers on making just those kinds of decisions, boys and girls. And if you love lettering, this could be you. If you love letters, this could be you. But wait, dude. But it has to be a little bit frantic, I think, because the bear would be mocking frantic. But wait, dude, I eat fish too. I'm like you. See, we're alike. But wait, dude. But wait, dude. Kristen D'Souza says, oh, that's so kind of you. I love your typography. Thank you so much. Thank you. But wait, dude. It's by the way, you can see here, it's not a fast process. It takes a while, especially if you don't have a pen that's quite up to the challenge. And this pen's not quite got it. By the way, boys and girls, this is the last day, I think, that you're going to have to suffer through watching me do this with a fuzzy picture. I got a new camera robot coming for the overhead shot, and it should change everything, which will be really cool. I'm excited about the new camera robot coming in. Should be pretty great. All right, I think I closed off that D pretty good. I'm not happy with it, really, but that's all right. You get the idea of what's going on here. You have to letter all this stuff. You have to let know, oh, okay, I'll do this. You could put your balloons in. I'm going to wiggle this edge of this balloon so that you know he's doing something silly. It's not, he's mimicking a voice here. I'll do something weird with the splash balloon. It sort of gives you a visual indicator that something is going on. He's not just using his own voice. They call this, boys and girls, if you're studying comics anyway, this is what is known as, hold on. See, here we go. Jeremy Tramble says, I would love if the bear really leaned in and said, do what? I can barely hear you. Do what? I can barely hear you. What was I going to say down here? Yeah, it's a verbal visual blend. Verbal visual blend. That means there is a relationship between the picture that is going on and the words going on in the picture. Kristen D'Souza says gutters. This piece doesn't actually have a gutter, but yes. Thank you very much. One sexy bear voice. That bear has got a sexy voice. That's right. With his smooth bear ways. Eating a dude and chilling with an audience. That's his way. The gutter, if this were a 4-panel joke, give me the big shot, MacVac, would you? If this were a 4-panel joke right here, usually I would save the third panel to be the panel with no panel borders so that you hold there before the payoff of the punchline. Your last panel is always your punchline panel. And I don't even know that this is necessarily funny, but what's funny is you don't see that going on in these first 2 panels. It's a surprise. So this at least has that going on for it. Boys and girls, we're 35 minutes in. Let's ink this bad boy and see how far we can get. I'm not going to letter any more of this. Oh, maybe I'll letter it with a Sharpie. But I love bears. Sure, just letter it with a Sharpie. Why not? But I love bears, he says. As I've told you, I watched that show called Grizzly Man with that dude who went up and thought he would walk out in the middle of the stream and just touch bears. Just touch grizzly bears on the back while they were eating. Just, But wait, dude, I love bears. Hey. It's got to be a hay of magnificent surprise. So I'll get that little open asterisk there. Hey! Maybe that was wrong. You can always change this stuff and white it out. Hey! Here is an opportunity to really go nuts with your typography. Like he's just devastating this guy. Gah. Gah. Gag, he can say. That's good enough. Good night, everybody. Make sure you tip your wait staff on their way by. Leave them a nice tip, too. They work for your tips. Tonight we're traveling at about 23 nautical miles east-southeast. By the way, it's not too late to order a cocktail, boys and girls. If you'd like something from the ladies pushing the carts by, if you'd like a pastry from the gentlemen, it is okay to stop the gentlemen and ask them if you might have one of their pastries. They will say yes to you. I'm going to recommend the scones and the butter because don't miss those while you're here. I'm going to use this Sharpie still. And, plant there. That's good enough. Jeremy Trammell says the waitstaff is rabbits. Mad as a March hare, as they say. All right, I bet I can get this inked before we leave, boys and girls. I bet you I can do that. We're 35 minutes in. And, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Really? All right. No. Oh, that's fun. All right. I'm flicking ink all over the place. Matter of fact, give me the close shot, would you? Now, because I'm left-handed and will probably drag my fist through the work, I'm going to start from this end and ink my way backwards. And see. So here's his bare nose. Like this. That's enough, really. And let's see. I'd like to make him some sort of prickly hair on the edges of him. And I like a nice, big, chunky black line. I'm not afraid of the black line, boys and girls. I love that big, thick black line on what I'm inking. It gives the art such presence. And I just want him to have those little tiny pin bear eyes. But it's a bear. They're just as terrifying a creature as ever you'd encounter. I'm going to put some little prickles on him over here just to give him some sort of bareness, hairy bareness. And he's got to have sort of a smile about what he's doing. That's how Lar thinks, even digitally, out of habit, says Christy. Yes, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's really, really fun. That's really good. Oh, Lar inks in this direction. I see now. Yes, because you will ruin it if you don't. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Bum, ba, bum, ba, ba. Dun, 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 dun. Hurry up, monster. Go, 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 go. This bear's only going to have 3 cartoon fingers because you only need 3 to sell the joke. And I don't care what this actually looks like. I'm going to put in a fake cartoon bone elbow. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Zum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Here's his thumb. Probably if I was going to paint this, I think I'd make this hand probably some kind of a black and blue. Some kind of indication of meat here would be nice. You know, I've never seen a hand before, stripped. I've never seen an arm stripped of its skin. I've seen bones stripped of their skin. I've cleaned plenty of fish, boys and girls. Let's see. Sure, that can work. Why not? So, some of this here, and some of this. Yeah, all right. It's okay if that competes with that bone down there. You'll get what's going on. But you know what? I think that sells the joke. Anything more than this right now, really, it's sort of decorating the space. Now, back off. Give me the big shot, would you? Thanks. You can decorate the space. Now, especially because this middle panel here, well, let's just go ahead. Give me the tight shot again. Let me ink this. Let's do that. Tight shot. All right. This one is the physical body of the bear. So his features, Christy says, I think Easel needs to dip into YouTube and watch Slaughter Your World, Alar. This one, because the bear is so far away, this one does not need to have all of the tight little drawing. This one needs to convey the idea of what is going on at a distance. Which changes, to me, that changes things a little bit. How, Easel Monster, how? Well, because it's really about the gesture of the pose. It's really about what is going on. Sure, I'll give it. Yeah, that's nice. It's really about telling the part of the joke with the bear's body. So it's okay here if you're not capturing just exactly the same sorts of things. The audience will follow with you, they'll get it. But whereas in a overhead camera, you need to focus. In a panel that's a face shot, when the camera, you are the camera. When you are the cartoonist, when you are the comic drawer, you are the camera. So when you're cameraing onto a face, give the details, and just it's shorthand. So an eyes, nose, mouth, something to emote with. But when you're away from when you're showing a whole body, you are using an idea of gesture drawing, really, the big shapes of what the body is in order to act your acting, not the facial stuff. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Bum, 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 bum. I'll give this here. Right. That's right. And the first time we do the skull here, so here we go. And I'm not gonna, I'll just do some indications as he's wiggling. Like that, probably like that'll do. That's close enough, you know. So, I wish that overhead, you know what, boys and girls, this is our last day to have to put up with an overhead camera that will not give us a nice, tight, clean shot so we can see what is going on down here on the paper. Tomorrow at this time, I will not be on the air. Tomorrow at this time, we'll be waiting for 8 o'clock because tomorrow... Oh, no, that's wrong. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I lost my train of concentration for a moment, boys and girls, because I'm inking this. Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Wednesday, 11 o'clock, right here. On Facebook. I like Facebook. Facebook has been, well, Facebook's okay. The problem with Facebook is it cuts out. Carrie Wright says, I love the notion that the bear has French cut prepped the arm like a lampshade. Yeah, that's nice. All right. So here's a thing you can do with a brush. Now, I could put little indications of crowd in here if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that. As far as you know, that's not going to happen. In fact, just scribble it down. With 45 minutes in, hurry up, monster, hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Zump-a-bump-a-bump-bum. Yeah, good. So, sure. Now, I'm going to leave a little bit of white on both sides of that mic stand. It's sloppy, but that's all right. It's going to help that mic stand exist. Also, I'm going to put this up here. Cheat it down a little bit. That's enough. I think maybe you got enough to get that he's at a mic. I'll scuff this over here. Come on, scuff. Scuff, come on. Why black ink, Easel Monster? It comes from the days of reproduction. When the art had to be reproduced in the newspaper, using black was the best possible distance away from white. So black ink is all for reproduction, really. Oops, shouldn't have done that. That's all right. So, there he is. Gah. All right, ink this first one. Christy D'Souza says, we ruin things with our impatience, and she is right, boys and girls. That reminds me, I meant to tell you this from yesterday. That notion, by the way, where'd that little one go? I don't know. Give me. Here's the thing, I think you have to balance, we ruin things with our impatience, by this, which is another truism, but I think it's good. First you get good. Then you get fast. Then you get good and fast. I think that's the sequence. First you get good, then you get fast, then, boys and girls, you get good and fast. But don't try to mix this order up, because if you try to go fast before you get good, well, boys and girls, you're going to make a lot more turds than you are make beautiful art, because that's how it is. Worry about it being good, but keep going. I guess maybe the balance is, Scotty Schreier says good, fast, cheap, and you can only pick two. That is another one of the art rules, brother. That is the truth, especially if you're getting paid for it. Would you like to hear a story about that? A dear friend of mine told me this story. I got to ink this. If there's time, I'll tell you the story. All right, and his claws have to come out here. Yeah, sure, that's good. How are you doing today? What's your art looking like today? What's on your schedule for today? I'm going to get the yard mode today. Finally, I'm going to get the yard mode. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. The water tower, the yard around the water tower needs some attention, boys and girls. And this, I will be correcting this over here. So, because I really want to sell that that's a skull in the first panel. It better, boy, you better sell the joke. Sell the joke. Now I'm just sort of shading in here, you know, because why not? He's a bear. Make him bear-like. Charlotte says it usually takes me a while to not only get an idea on what to draw, but also how should the drawing be. Yeah, sure. Yes, okay, that's fine. Stop messing with it, monster. Get it inked. Hurry up. Charlotte says, oh, great news. The kitties that belong to my neighbor both returned. Oh, that is good news. That is really great news. Up here like this. Yeah, okay. And maybe because of that, down here he's going to need that too, but that's all right. Yeah, okay. That's too big, but that's all right. Some of this. Yeah. Like I said, I like a big, thick brush line. That mouth has to have this on the bottom, but I'm telling you, that one eye is just too big. I don't know that I'm going to worry about it for today's cartoon, but it's too big. Okay, not bad. Skinny him up. Yeah, okay, that's good. Not bad. Some of this over here. Right. Oh, sorry. How you can't see any of that? Because I'm not paying attention to the camera. Pay attention. I'm shading him over here a little bit because, you know, make it interesting to see. As I've said in the past, you don't have to cover all of your white space. The white space is really important to leave. However, all the little marks you make are little indications to your audience when they get there that you have been there. So, better come in like this to here. Boy, give me the big shot, please, MacBack. Bum ba na 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 na. You know. Sure, I'll do that over here. I'm not sure that didn't just make him look more like a cheetah than a bear, but that's all right. And maybe you better open his mouth here too. Probably get him speaking. Say something, bear. That's good. Maybe down here too. Just a little tiny. There you go. That's not bad. Like this. I want some more dark over here. I want some dark over here, like this. In this corner will be black ink because that's nice. Yeah, all right. And down here in this corner, some black ink because that's nice. So, and also because I thought about this earlier, up here in this corner, some black ink because that's nice. Got to be careful not to get your fur into it. Boys and girls, try not to get your fur into ink. If you can help it, don't do it. And now, I don't want to compete with that hand shaking back and forth, so I'm being very careful not to get the black on the fingers of this torn off hand and arm combination that the bear has brought to the stage to entertain whatever audience of grisly creatures is listening to this. Bum, 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 bum. All right, that's not bad. There is a cartoon. Oh, wait a minute. It's not done yet. Throw this in the water. I got to wipe this out. Let's see. Also, when the ink dries, mid-panel black should be bare heads in silhouette. Oh, that's sure. So it's an audience of other bears, perhaps. Yes. Now I've got some white gouache down here. I'm going to mix this up nice because. Give me the tight shot, matter of fact, please. Okay, this needs fixed right here. This is why God made white gouache, boys and girls, right here. Yep. Now, yes, you can. Of course, you can do this in Photoshop. Of course you can. But all the old school guys knew how to do this with white gouache because that is the tool. And you'll love it. You should get some. You know what? You can even do this in the corner. Scotty Schreier says, don't forget to eat your waitstaff. That is a great punchline. Good night, everybody. Don't forget to eat your waitstaff. That's really fun. Yeah. All right. This up here also, I think. This is too much. That is too much of a... That's a distraction right there. I'm going to get rid of it. See, I'm happier with that already. And I think down here, I think these are a distraction too. I want those gone. I'm going to paint them out. Correction fluid. What are you painting out today? Are you painting anything out today? Scotty Schreier, are you going to post more images for me of the octopus? I want to see more octopus, man. Ba-na-na-na. But wait, dude, I love bears. Hey! Good night, everybody. Comics. Panel borders manipulating time. Oh, you know what? Gee whiz. What a cheap thing to do. Boys and girls, come on. I better put some hair down this bear's back. Come on. Scotty Schreier says, yes, I just put a background wash down. How nice. Fantastic. I'm going to put some... I'm going to try to not get my arm in the wet ink everywhere on this. And try to give him some little indications. Oh, it's really juicy and thick. That's all right. Turn it sideways, monster. I'm going to try to get some black going on this bear here. On his backside. Probably down here near the butt area of the bear. And under the legs. He's got to have some of that. You can go nuts with this. You can go too nuts with this. I'm not going to try to go too nuts. I'm going to try to stay sane, selective, and beautiful. And that is what all of our t-shirts should be saying, boys and girls. Sane, selective, and beautiful. You heard me. The Paint by Monster audience is the finest audience in the world. They are all sane, selective, and beautiful people. Every one of them. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. This guy that this bear ate had no idea that he was going to wind up being a prop comics prop. He wasn't thinking that way at all. Never through his life did he ever think, one of these days I'm going to be famous. After I'm dead, that's going to happen for me. Bum, 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 down by his bare butt. There, see? That's a lot better now. You know what to go do, everybody. Right there it is. Go make some art. Go make something. Go sit down and doodle something. Go have a conversation with a loved one on the phone and doodle something on a little scrap of paper. Try to doodle what their head looks like as they talk to you. Try to doodle your hand. Doodle a flower. Doodle a vase full of flowers. Make some little marks on something. Go sculpt something. Go put your fork into mashed potatoes and make a shape of the Devil's Tower where the mothership landed. Go get in there. Get yourself in there, boys and girls. Go make some art. It's fun. Show somebody that you love. Make somebody that you love. Make them something. Go make something for somebody. Go do that. Do that with part of your day today. And I guess if you need to, you can mow the yard. I guess. I don't know. Boys and girls, this has been Paint My Monster with me, your host, Easel Monster. I look forward to these little visits like you wouldn't even believe. I'm having so much fun. No, I'm leaving. I know. It's time to go. I got it. Did you hear that? See that? I know, me too. There it is. 10 people are here still with me. It's great to have you get out of bed. Oh, all right. Christy D'Souza is trying to get out of bed. Get out of bed now, dear. It's time to go make some art. Or just lay there and make some art, you know? If you've got all your stuff with you, just pull it over there on your little breakfast tray and make whatever you're making. Charlotte asked if I'm okay. I am okay. I drop things here all the time. The ship is cool, though. The ship can take it. Let me tell you, the ship can take it. Boys and girls, don't forget, Thursday night, we are going to have one heck of an ocean party. We are going to land this thing in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And we are going to draw some stuff and paint some stuff and have an incredibly good time. And I'm picking out music, and it's going to be great. Just great. Commander Penny, you're under orders to be there. You understand that, right? All right. That's 2 demerits in my book. If you're not, you're going to be there. He loves the ocean. So do I. He loves the ocean. Bum, 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 bum. This has been Paint by Monster. It's our daily art departure and visit. I love all of you. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you. Thank you. You guys make my day. I'm not kidding you. Being with you guys is one of the highlights of my day. I love it. Thanks. Thanks for showing up. Thanks. Thanks. All right, so, Commander Penny, you got anything else? No, me too, man. Show him the big shot, MacVac, would you? Boys and girls, this has been our first ever discussion about comics. Multi-panel, juxtaposed images, one to another. We'll do more later. I love you all. See you later. Bye ya.